Great evening to you. And thank you for tuning in to Midweek Check-In with the Self-Esteem Queen. I'm so glad that you're here with me this evening. I look forward to this evening. I look forward to every Wednesday that I'm able to connect with you all, to find out how you're doing, how you're feeling, what's going on with you, and to give you a great word to usher you through the rest of the week with empowerment. So this evening, my heart is fixed on talking about self-care. Now, before we begin, I need for you to share this live with your friends. Sharing is caring, okay? Sharing is caring. So make sure that you share and also make sure that you comment below. I love getting the comments. This is an engagement, so I want to engage with you as I share what's been going on with me and find out what's going on with you all. So I wanted to talk about self-care because I think that there is a misconception of what self-care is. Although for us ladies, we love getting our nails done, we love getting massages, we love getting our hair done. That is not the totality of what self-care is. Self-care is mind, body, and spirit care. So it is tapping into all those things that make you a whole person. So I want to talk specifically about foot care, about sleep hygiene, about exercising, and about mental health. And not so much in that order, but those are the things that have been on my heart to talk about as I started the week and going into this evening. So, how many of you all think that you are wearing the right shoe, wearing the right sneaker? Well, I thought I did, and I found out that I was not. So, growing up, I would wear Reeboks, the high tops, Nikes, Adidas, the classics. And I was told that my foot was narrow. So fast forward to childhood to now. And if many of you all don't know, I have re-entered the school system and I am an assistant PE teacher for 3rd through 5th grade. And so I am on my feet for 6 classes. So 3 classes in the morning from 9:15 until 12:25. And then have a lunch break. I have my planning period, and then I have my remaining 3 classes. So I'm on my feet all day. At school, this is our 3rd week into the school year, and I found out quickly that my feet were hurting. Now, mind you, I'm a part of Girl Trek, which is the world's largest Black women's health organization, and I am a crew leader along with my number 1 rider, my daughter, who we're a part of the Norfolk chapter. And I do a lot of walking around Mount Trashmore. I love going to botanical gardens where, we're always walking, enjoying the flowers. So I'm always walking, I'm always going on the move. However, standing on your feet for 6 classes, and not only standing, but being engaged with the students because I run. I'm doing exercises with them. I'm showing them how to do it properly. I'm, just kind of moving. And after the first week, yeah, my feet were hurting really, really bad. And so I had seen this place called Foot Solutions. It's in Chesapeake. And I decided to go online so that I could see what's going on with my feet. So I went online and it talked about foot wellness. Now, I had never heard of the term foot wellness before. And so, it said that they would give you a 60-minute consultation, check out your feet and suggest shoes that would be best suited for, your foot. So I made an appointment for was it last Saturday? I think it was, no, the Saturday before last. I think, don't quote me, but it was like recently. So I went there and Miss Mimi. Oh, she was just such a wonderful person to sit down and do this consultation with. So Miss Mimi, she had me to stand on some type of apparatus, and it showed on the screen what was going on with my feet, how they were contoured, what was going on, and so I found out that I was wearing the wrong shoe, one, and that I was not a narrow, that my foot is wide. And so I was wearing these Nikes, real cute, real cute Nikes. I was wearing them to school. And so what she was telling me is that I was putting pressure. I was trying to fit my foot into the wrong shoe. And so that's why it was hurting, because the ball of the shoe was like pressing on my feet, and then the size was pressing in. So when I tried on some Brooks, which was the recommended shoe that she suggested, that Foot Solutions suggests, it was like, oh, it was like a whole new world. It was just, my feet were at peace. My feet felt so wonderful. And so I shared that with my teaching partner, and do you know? And I think I talked about it my last midweek check-in, but she surprised me. And look at these babies. She got me these. Oh, bless, bless Jeanette. Just bless you. Just bless you, because these shoes. Because I felt so I have a high arch, and I think that's because I wear heels. When I model, when I'm out and about, when I'm going to meetings, just out and about, like I wear this. So I found out that I have a healthy arch, but I needed arch support. So these particular sneakers allow for great arch support, room for my feet to breathe. And so last week, starting I think Monday when I wore them, it was just a whole new world. And even my students, they asked me, how did my feet feel? And I said, wonderful. So I would suggest, I'm not sure where you're tuning in from, but I would suggest looking online, Foot Solutions, and seeing if there is one in your area, or just typing in foot wellness and seeing, what stores are around that can have you to come in and do the consultation, because it will change your life. And though I love me some Adidas, sold out for Adidas, I absolutely love them, but unfortunately, those and most shoes are they're fashion shoes. They look good on our feet. They match with our outfits. Our jogging suits and so forth. So, they look good. As far as aesthetics, they look absolutely great. But when it comes to wearing the right shoes, for me, I can't do it anymore. Now, I like how the Brooks are contoured, so I'm perfectly fine with those, but I can't put my foot into another sneaker outside of Brooks. Now, I will say Brooks is a little on the pricey side, at least for me, because I'm not really a sneakers wearer, but because of my position, it calls for me wearing sneakers Monday through Friday for 6 classes a day. So that works for me, but I promise you that once I put my feet in these Brooks, I have not felt any pain at all. And so I definitely recognize that it was because I had been wearing the wrong shoe. And that had been for years, I mean, I'm fabulously 50, right? And so all these years, I had been wearing the wrong sneaker. So I just encourage you to look into that for yourself because, again, foot wellness is a part of our self care because it's a whole thing. Also, I want to talk about water intake. Our body is made up mostly of water, and so when we don't drink water, we become dehydrated, and the dehydration, it impacts the coloration of our skin. It affects whether our skin is dry or not. Whether our lips are chapped. If you noticing that your lips are really chapped, and then you realize, oh, I haven't drinking any water, or I haven't drinking enough water. Well, that's why. It's because you have not drunken enough water, and so because I am have these classes all throughout the day, I am more intentional about drinking water. Sometimes it's hard when even when you're working because you're focused on meeting deadlines, you have meetings and so forth, and you're not necessarily thinking, oh, let me just intentionally drink water every so now and again, but it's very important. So I have with me right now Deer Park water. Uh, and so, thankfully, in the schools, we have where you can fill up your water bottle or your tumbler, whatever, and it's actually right across from my gym. So, first thing in the morning, I fill up my water bottle and I sit it on my desk that we have on the outside in the gym, so that in between classes or whenever I'm going over by the board, I'll just take a couple of sips, and I find that by the end of the day, I've drunken the entire water bottle, which is like, I don't know if I can see, it's like that, like this is like it reminds you of like a mini barrel. um, so I just encourage you. That's going to help you so much, with your urine being clear. Because you don't want to have any type of urinary tract infections, because that can happen when you are dehydrated, you're not drinking enough water. Like everything affects our body in some form or fashion. So drinking water is just so important. And even when school comes to a close for the summer, I'm going to make sure that I'm drinking water, drinking water, drinking water, drinking water, drinking water. It's just an important thing. And when people compliment you, oh, your skin is glistening, oh, it looks beautiful. Well, that's probably because of H2O. It's probably because of H2O, because your body, your skin is hydrated. Um, Sleep, hydration. I mentioned this word during Wellness Month, which was August. I found, again, teaching 6 classes back to back to back and having to be up very early in the morning. I'm no longer burning the candle at both ends. Mm-mm. I'm putting myself to bed by 10, 11 at the latest. And what happens when you rest your body, that next morning when you wake up, you feel refreshed. Your brain is able to concentrate. You don't feel tired and groggy, and when you don't get enough sleep, it impacts your attitude, your mood. It affects your thoughts, your concentration, and it's just good for you to reset. Your body has to reset itself every day so it can function at its full capacity. So I no longer am pulling all-nighters. That's something I had been doing since middle school, and I think I started doing it because I had a lot of honors classes, and they require a lot of reading, papers, exams that I had to study for, and so it just became a habit of mine. And then, going into college, um, lots of classes to juggle, other activities, and so find myself, pulling all nighters. And don't let anybody fool you into thinking that staying up late and getting up early is a good thing because your body needs its proper rest. You can't function on fumes but so much because your body's going to crash and burn. So it's important to get your rest. It's just so important, and I found myself more refreshed. Now I had to uh, turn off YouTube, stop watching those videos, and put on like even mindfulness music or sleep music to help me to ease into a sleep. So it was no words. It was nothing that was going to where I was going to lose uh, any sleep. It was me listening to that type of music and I slept so well, and it made a difference because when you do have to get up so early, um, I wasn't groggy. I wasn't tired. Now I always be like, hype myself up and be like, okay, you got this, you got this. Don't worry, you got this. But then you find yourself yawning throughout the day because again, you have not gotten your proper rest. That sleep hygiene is very important as well. So I encourage you to please get your rest. And yes, we have our to-do list things that we want to accomplish. We want to feel accomplished and check things off. But what you don't finish today, don't do a disservice to yourself by trying to stay up all night long just to check off the list. Just continue it to the next day because it'll get done. It'll eventually get done. But first and foremost, you have to take care of yourself. And rest is a part of that. Rest is a part of that self-care. So please get your rest. I know, it's 8:17 right now, Eastern Standard Time, and we'll probably chop it up for another 10, 12 minutes. But when I wrap this up, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go to bed. Well, I'm going to arm my clothes first for the next day. On my jogging suit, and then I'm going to go to bed so that I can be well rested for tomorrow morning. I was able to get some things accomplished today because I got home a little earlier, and so I'm proud of myself for those days. But what I can't finish by 10 o'clock, I'll add it to my to-do list, or that will become my to-do list for tomorrow. Because I am no longer going to burn the midnight oil. I'm no longer going to burn the candles at both ends. I'm going to get my rest so that I can be refreshed, and I will get it in, fit it in where I can get it in. You know what I mean? That's my line of thinking, and I hope that will be yours as well. Um, and then let's talk about body wellness, and that includes exercising. Now, exercising does not mean that you have to go to the gym. It doesn't mean that you have to go to the gym or you have to have a gym membership. It could mean walking in your neighborhood. It could mean going to Mount Trashmore. Now, that's a place that me and my number one rider, we love to go. We love to walk around the terrain, and also going up the steps. That's my favorite. It's going up the steps. So that doesn't Exercising does not cost anything but your time. That's it. It only costs your time. And even in between watching something on TV during, commercials, whatever, you can, have some dumbbells to do some exercises, or you could do some crunches, you could do some squats, you could do some wall Pilates. There's so many things that you can do to invest in the self-care of your body. So again, it doesn't cost anything. It just costs your time. And jump rope. Now you all know I have my jump rope initiative that encompasses our mental health well-being, and that's I jump rope for them. I jump rope every day, and I post my videos to encourage you all to invest in your physical as well as your mental health, because jumping rope, it just it helps you to feel accomplished, physically, mentally, it makes your mind feel strong. You feel good. And again, when you feel good about yourself, that's a part of your self-care. It's the care of yourself, the feeling good about yourself, the loving on yourself, because you've done something for yourself. So jump rope, that only takes, a few of, a couple of minutes, even if you just jump, 100 times, you've done something for your self-care, for your body. Because I always say, what you don't use, you lose. Right now, I'm in physical therapy, and so I'm doing these stretches that it's some parts of my body that I did not know that was a little weak. But when you don't use certain muscles, they become weak, and so I'm strengthening. So even getting a band, a stretch band, and doing certain stretches, that's gonna strengthen your legs, your arms. Just do something. Uh, Jumping jacks, um, mountain climbers. That's something that my students they learned about, is doing mountain climbers, and I got down there and did it with them so I could show them how to do it properly. But again, that's invested in your self care. It's a holistic approach, and then journaling. Journaling is a part of your self care because you're able to jot down your thoughts and your feelings, and just see, what your thought process is, and how to become an even better person through journaling, because it's just being transparent about how you're feeling. And when you can look at how you're feeling, you can also look at solutions or things that will help you to get out of your funk, that will help you to think differently, to look at strategies, to look at solutions, because we always want to be solution oriented. And then therapy is very important. Now, that's something that used to be taboo, because if you went to therapy, people would think that something's wrong with you. No, therapy is important because you have a professional who is a third party person that can help you to unravel some things that maybe you have been struggling with, so that you can be your better you. So I strongly encourage you to look into a therapist. There are so many that are out here, but you want to find the one that fits you, that fits your spirit, that fits your goals. They're out here for you. You just have to look into it, and it's just going to change your life. I promise you. I speak from what I know. Okay, so those are just some of the things that encompass self care. And again, it's wonderful to get your nails done, to get your hair done. That makes us feel good, but it's more than that. It's sleep hydration. It's water hydration. It is exercising. It is your mental health well-being. Looking into therapy, having quiet time, doing yoga, all of those things. So that's what I want to leave you all with this evening, is truly investing in your self-care. All of you, not just this, but the whole you, so that you can just be a better person for yourself and for those that you love and those that you serve. So with that, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you share this live. I will repost this, and then you can share that as well. Have a wonderful evening. Please make sure that you get some rest tonight, and I will see you on all social media platforms. Take care.